There we go. Yeah, there we go, Scarlet. Bravo, baby. Scarlet. Chica. Oh, yeah. So we started coming to Mazatlan for 6 months out of the year in 2014 and got involved with different ministries here to volunteer. And through one of the ministries called Back to Back, they have a home for special needs kids, and some people that we know that volunteered out there kept inviting us to come out to see the kids and volunteer. And Loren and I kept saying, no, I don't think so. We've never really been around special needs kids. We're not comfortable. Well, then 2 years later, Scarlet was born and she went out to Rancho. And so all of our friends here knew how much we love baby. So they're like, you have to come out and meet Scarlet, but she's not going to live very long. And we're like, no thanks, we don't want to go meet a baby that's not going to live very long. So was it 2019?
Came back in the fall of 2019. Yep.
They said, Scarlet's still here, you need to come out and meet her. So we're like, okay, fine, we'll go meet her. So the first time we went to meet Scarlet, she just was in constant seizure. That's what her life was a constant seizure.
I asked if I could hold her, and as soon as I held her, she went into a seizure that
lasted.
And we kept counting. I kept counting the seconds go by. I was up to like 5 minutes, and I was praying the whole time, and it was like, and it just wouldn't stop. And at that time they were
really
strong,
very strong seizures.
Yeah.
And so I just walked away. I was bawling and walked away. I was like, I can't do this. I can't hold her. I can't look at her. This is so very, very hard. And so we left, and Loren kept talking about Scarlet and how I need to go back and visit Scarlet. And I'm like, I can't do it. So Loren would go out to Rancho, and he would hold Scarlet. And he's holding this baby for hours on end, crying while he's holding her. Then Loren was talking about adopting Scarlet, and I'm like, no. We retired young. We're going to travel. We have grandkids. We have plans. Like, no. And he kept talking about it.
It was everything we saw was obey was the message we kept getting, and so everywhere we went, the sermon was about obey or obedience, and then everywhere we went, there was a person wearing a shirt. And so we went to Oaxaca for language school, and we had that scheduled ahead of time, and we got there, and the worship leader's shirt said obedecer, and the person at the airport turned around and bent over, and here just gets back up, and his shirt says obey on the back of it. And it was just like we just kept, almost got to be a joke. We'd look at each other every time and just go okay, you know. And
we're listening, God.
We're listening, yeah.
After Christmas, we came back to Mexico, and Loren was out holding Scarlet, and on the way home, he says to me,
God told me that if we adopt Scarlet, he'll heal her.
And my husband doesn't talk like that. And so I looked at him and I said, okay, what does that look like? And then it started.
It started right then. It was like game on.
Yep. So then we had to go back to the States and tell our adult children who have kids that we're moving to Mazatlan permanently to adopt a baby that has special needs. And we're so thankful that our kids love the Lord and that they get it. But it was still very hard.
It was still a mourning process.
Still, yeah. That's hard. Like anything with Scarlet is not hard. The hardest part is not being with her family. Because they're all young and they work and have jobs. And so, sorry. A good friend, told me that it's okay to mourn things that you thought were going to be. And so that's really helped me. Because we're really close with our kids. And to not have Christmas with them and Thanksgiving. And then feel bad because I'm like, God, you put me here. And I'm so glad I'm here. But it's also very hard. And she said it's okay to mourn those things. So that really helped me. Yep, so then we started the process in the States 2 years ago right now of becoming permanente here.
Permanent Mexican residents. So
yes.
Our visa status is permanent.
So we don't have to leave the country every 6 months, but we had to do that before we could even think about the adoption process. So we started that 2 years ago, and God has just been in every in everything in this, in every single detail. In the States, when we started having to get all this information together and give it to the consulate. Yeah,
Mexican consulate.
We'd heard that it's going to take many visits and plan on, going back many times. And so when we got to the consulate, the lady that was helping us wasn't super friendly at first. She was kind of like, well, you just want a permanente so that you don't have to get out of the country every 6 months, but you're really not planning on living there. And then we told her about Scarlet, and she just totally changed and was like, okay, what can I help you with? We got it done that day. And then we went back to the States and sold our house and moved to Mazatlan, Mexico. It'll be 2 years ago in August. And she got great care at Rancho. Great care. And we're so thankful that she was at Rancho to have that care, but it still wasn't 24-hour parents love. And we can really see her growing and changing. And I think a lot of it has to do with that. She knows who we are now, but it's like some people are like, oh, baby's crying. For Scarlet, we love to hear her cry, because when we got her, they said that she would not ever show emotion, that she wouldn't move, that she would just have seizures. There was nothing in her brain when they did what is it, hon? The brain scan?
EEG.
The EEG. It was just all over the place because of the seizures. A year later when we did it, perfectly normal. The doctor could not believe it was the same child's brain scan. Yeah. God is just giving this girl so many miracles. And so today, God is so good. And today we got her signed birth certificate. Woot woot, Scarlet! She's official Scarlet Joy Olson. Yay! This is real. She's our daughter. Like, she's legally our daughter. That's what it is. Right there. Oh, yeah. Sigh of relief.
Sigh of relief, yeah.
Just so thankful for Scarlett's life. I mean, she shouldn't have lived. She should not have lived at birth, and then she shouldn't have lived 6 months later, and then just all these things that they said that she's not going to live, and here she is 3.5, and she's touched so many people's lives already.
Yeah, we pray about that a lot, don't we, Scarlet? Yeah, we got all kinds of big ideas for you.
Yep.
One of the visions God shared with me early on was that someday she'll be the person that takes people to Rancho and shows them 12 stones, and she'll show them around and say, this is where I lived, this is the room I stayed in, and whether or not she's going to be at my side and I'll be telling the story, or it's going to be her, I'm not sure, but that's her. God shared with me anyways a long time ago. So.
It's still my heart, I know you are God alone. Stop thinking so much and just let